Hey YouTube, and thanks for watching Junkworks Garage. Well, I'm finally kind of doing some stuff on the Mustang here. I got the hood dug out. Unfortunately, the rest of it's covered up, but it's slowly but surely coming along. Well, we'll just say slowly coming along. I don't know about the surely part, but at some point it will. And right now, I am getting ready to make sure that this thing is still going to turn over, for lack of a better way of putting it. And in the midst of doing that, I'm going to go ahead and start lubricating it today. I probably will do this a few times. I'm going to start spraying the bolts, nuts, bolts, screws, whatever I can find that I may be taking off with some blaster here. I'm going to go around the whole motor, basically everything I need to pull off. I'm going to be removing this. I got a 4-bar carb for it. And I got the 5/16 spark plug wrench for this. I'll be honest, the spark plugs do not look bad from here, but you never know when you look at them. I'm not going to pull them all the way out yet because I'm not quite ready. I'm going to just leave them finger tight, and I'm going to hit the other side. And I'm having some trouble with a couple of these spark plugs, just kind of wanting to seize in there a little bit. So I went ahead and shot some PB blaster on into the spark plug hole. They're backed out a little ways. That should let it penetrate some, and hopefully that'll kind of break out any of the crud or stuff that might be the reason I'm having a problem with a couple of them. So I'm going to let those set for a while and then come back at a later date, finish pulling those spark plugs out. So now I am going to actually get down the hole here, hopefully the best I can, and actually shoot this right down the hole, being careful I don't lose a straw down there, hopefully. Of course, now that I say that. And in an effort just to keep crap out, I'm going to, for now, stick these back in here. Not all the way, just enough to keep whatever wants to get in there out. A couple threads will do. It's actually a little while later. I put the PB blaster in there. That's been sitting for probably a couple weeks now. I'll be honest, I messed up my back, something fierce. So now I'm going to use some of this Marvel Mystery Ale. Yet again, not a sponsor. This is one of those things I wish they were. I have it in a old Napa air tool, because that's what I use on all my air tools, is the Marvel Mystery Oil. And I'm sticking that down in the hole down there, and I'm going to go ahead and that fits over my nozzle. And I'm going to squeeze some of this down in the hole. Alright, it's coming out both places here. There we go. And I'm putting just quite a bit in there. I might fill it up until I see some come out. I'll let that sit there for a while. And I'm going to do that to the rest of them. You don't need to see me make a big mess, and it's going to take a while to let things drain out, and I'm just going to go through each one and put the Marvel Mystery Ale in there And then I'm going to let this thing set for however long I end up letting it set. So I put in the PB blaster, let that sit a while. I put in the Marvel Mystery Oil, let that sit a couple days now. I now have a, I believe it's a 15/16. I'll have to write it in down below because I got interrupted and now I've forgotten what it is. But I'm going to try and turn this over. I don't have any spark plugs. All the spark plugs are out of it. So it should turn fairly freely, I'm hoping. And I haven't done this yet, so you and me will find out if this thing is seized up for some reason or another. Now it's been inside for at least the last probably 7 or 8 years, so hopefully it's not. We'll see. Alright, well, it turned a little bit. So it is a 15/16, and I went ahead and grabbed my 3/8 ratchet that I have this. I've done a video on this. It's a ratcheting head. Gotta go the right way here. Ratcheting head piece that you put on the end of your breaker bar to make it a ratchet. And then on that I got a 3/8 to 1/2 inch, so I can go in the socket here. But hopefully I'll make it so I can have fairly long perch and be able to get in there and rotate some stuff. Hopefully, oh yeah. I don't know what you guys can see. So as you can see, this is rotating on there and it is turning very nice. I heard a little bit of a clunk clunk. So I'm going to go make sure it goes through everything here. No spark plugs in yet again, no spark plug wire, so I'm not worried about the thing spinning over. I'll make sure if you do something like this, you got battery out and no spark going to nothing. And you still got to be kind of careful with some of these older ones, because if for some reason something went wrong, I don't know if it could kick over. So I'm not hearing anything bad. It's turning quite freely. I'm happy with that. I know this will spin over without breaking anything now. Good, good, good. Well, I think that was a fairly short video. Obviously I'm a ways away from actually cranking this thing over and starting it up. There's a few more things I want to do. It'll all be in videos at some point, and I'll probably combine them all later on down the road. But right now I am coming out of some injury to my back, and I haven't done some videos for a while, so I'm gonna have to crank out some videos, and so therefore I'm gonna call that a video. This is just the basics. You know, I'm sure there's a million different ways to do it, and I'm not knocking those guys that are out there just, you know, throwing a carb on something or spraying it with starter fluid and starting it right up. I mean, those guys just have a lot more money probably than me, or at least people that'll buy parts for them than I do. I don't have sponsors and things like that, so therefore I can't take a chance of screwing this motor up. So I'm going to do it the best I know how. I know there's other ways to do it. I don't even know if what I did was the correct thing, but it's kind of what I've, through research and, you know, working on cars for a long time, know that at least gives you a good chance of breaking things loose and making sure things are lubed up enough to test it out. So we know the motor's free. I got to do an intake, manifold, and a carb that I'm going to put on it from my 289 that I bought. I'm probably going to go ahead. These wires and plugs do not look bad, except for the fact I dropped a couple of them. Hopefully they're fine, but I'm going to slap the plugs and wires back on this thing, make sure things are timed well, and put it back together. But unfortunately that's going to be down the road until my body is doing better, first of all, and I have a few more dollars I need to spend, and until those dollars come in from videos like this, so hit the thumbs up, subscribe, do all those things. But until that money comes in, you know, my projects I can only throw money at them when there's a little extra here or a little extra there, which isn't very often. So, thanks for watching Junkworks Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one.